Good morning from Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point, and from now on I will be referring to that as one or the other, but not both, because that is entirely too long of a name to say every time I talk about it. And I think that we're docked, but the island is on the opposite side of where we are, so this is our view. And as you can tell, it's not super sunny today, but we knew that that was going to be a possibility. We're not really expecting a lot of sun today, but maybe some. I just hope it doesn't come a downpour while I'm walking on that pier. Mom and Dad are getting a taxi from the ship to the trams, but it's only for people who have mobility issues, and I do not have mobility issues, so I will be walking, and I will meet them on the island. But first, we're going to have a little bit of breakfast. And breakfast is once again crazy. And I got some steak and a Mickey waffle and some hash browns. Okay, here we are, our first look. Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point. Future Melanie here, telling you a little bit about my experience with this pier walk. You've probably already heard by now that it is 6/10 of a mile from the ship to the security checkpoint, which sounds long when you're out in the sun with no shade, but I can confirm it really was not that bad at all. The worst part is the golf carts were mixed in with all the people, so it looked a bit unsafe. I can tell you that they've changed that, and now there are divider lines to keep the two apart. First look. We made it from all the way over there to here. Here's your first chance merchandise. And then over here is your first chance beverages and some restrooms after your long journey.
Welcome, my friends. A very pleasant good day to you all. Welcome to Disney Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point. My name is Tracy, and I will be your host for a short tram ride to the beach areas of our tropical paradise. Say hello to Lizzie the curly-tailed lizard.
Thanks for letting me tail along, Tracy.
And Sandy the land crab.
Hello, everyone.
I bet you two know a lot about Lighthouse Point.
We sure do. We were born here.
Tell us a little about it.
Ooh, I know, Miss Tracy. We're on the southern tip of the island of Eleuthera, in the Bahamas.
That's right. Do you know why this place is called Lighthouse Point?
Because a lighthouse was built here a lot of years ago.
That lighthouse is still here today. Anything else about the island?
We have pink sand on the beaches.
Why is that?
I like pink. Lizzie, the color comes mostly from the crushed shells of microscopic insects.
Impressive, Sandy.
I know a lot about sand. It's my name.
It has been quite an eventful morning, and not in a good way. We will tell you more about it later, but let's just say the mobility taxi is a total and complete fail. I mean, that process is so beyond broken. It's ridiculous. But I have lunch, and this is what I have. I got jambalaya with shrimp, and I got chicken with pigeon peas and rice, and a cookie. So here is the pink sands. I don't know that it's any pinker than Bermuda, and I don't really think it's as pink as Bermuda. And here's the beach area. It is quite crowded. Cocktail time, and this is what we're working with. And I'm sure you can get pretty much anything else you would want Eleuthera euphorea is what I'm after. And here it is, my Eleuthera euphorea.
Thank you very much, madam.
Starting the long journey back to the ship. Mom and Dad are on the golf cart. You get outstanding views of the ship. And thankfully, the mobility process to get back to the ship is much better than the process to get out to the island. We'll tell you more on that later. We've reached the halfway point, and cast members have cold towels. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
And it looks like we have a water station too for those who need it. Okay, I walked at a relaxed pace, so it took me slightly over 13 minutes. So after a sunny day on the island, spending a few hours exploring and trying to enjoy what the island has to offer, like the beach and the food and the beverages, we are now back on board the ship. Mom and Dad were able to get a golf cart. I walked the pier back, and right now, as you can see behind me, it is storming. So I feel really sorry for all the people who were left out there who still have to walk that pier. It's thundering. The ocean is rough. Take a look at this. This is honestly about as rough as I've ever seen it, just sitting still. There's whitecaps out there. There's big waves that have come up. And it is just rainy as far as the eye can see. So I'm really, really glad that we came in early and that we aren't still out on the island now. And in a few minutes, I'm headed to stem to stern, or stern to stem to stern wine tasting. It's been a few years since I've done this one, and I'm looking forward to it. I ran into one of my cruise buddies earlier in the week who already did it, and I think that we're in for a real treat and a surprise.
Just one second.
Yep.
Take a seat, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
The wine tasting is held in Ooh La La, the champagne bar aboard the Disney Fantasy, designed to look like the inside of a jewel box. The backdrop of the bar sets the stage with bubbles.
They had actual like reefs for snorkeling. We saw. Actually, the Double Beach wasn't that bad. We found a spot that was kind of. Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah.
When you see that the legs are very oily, big, don't move, it means the grapes grow on a very sunny, hot environment. When you see that the grapes around the legs very fast moving and watery, it means it's a cool climate zone. About Australia, no, definitely we need to look for a place which is not really sunny. Yeah, like Germany, yeah, maybe. So now we're going to check the wine on the nose. This wine is fruity but surface of the wine, and that's why the wine getting deeper in color. So definitely it's oak in the wine for sure. Now tilt your glass on the side and check the legs. When you check the legs, you can see that these legs, yeah, they are thicker. You can see the legs, yeah? So the wine comes from a more sunny. The wine comes from the malolactic fermentation process. The malolactic fermentation meant the very harsh acidity in the wine. The malic acid turns into the much softer lactic acid. And this means that the green has the acidity in the wine. And it happens only in oak barrels. And when it happens, it actually gives you a byproduct, and this byproduct is whenever you're ready, we can go for the red wine. So we pick up the first red wine glass from the left. When you have a look at the color of the first red wine, you can see that this is very light, a very light red wine. Now tilt your glass on the side and check the legs, please. When you check the legs, you can see that even though that the color is very light, but the legs are very serious because they don't move. Yeah, they still don't move. So what does it mean? It means
Warm country.
more sunshine. Yeah. So we have more sunshine over here. This vintage what we have is is 2022. My recommendation, try not to keep longer than 5 years of the harvest. So it means the harvest was 2022, 2027 would be the last year.
So our day at Lighthouse Point is about to be over. The sea is looking extra angry. I think everybody's back on board and we will be pushing off very soon. We are having some cloud and blue for the sail away from Lighthouse Point. How is it, Dad?
Good.
You enjoying it?
Huh?
You enjoying it?
Yes, I am. This is not alcoholic, is it?
Correct. It's non-alcoholic. Okay, tonight we are doing the drawings in the Animator's Palette. Mom and Dad are busy doing their drawings. And I did my drawing. It's pretty pathetic, but it is what it is. And our first appetizers have arrived, and I got the chicken satay with peanut sauce. And the beginning of animation magic.
Maybe this is a show and we do the at the end.
Wow! Now that's what I call a colorful entrance. Oh, hi, folks. Oh, gosh. Thanks for all the great drawings. These are just what I need to whip up a little animation magic. I'll be back later, but right now, we invite you to sit back and relax as the dining room proudly presents your dinner.
And for my next appetizer, I have the corn soup from the kids' menu. Mom and Dad got this too. And for our entree, we all got chicken schnitzel. There's Dad's, and there's mine, there's us, all three of ours. There's Dad's, there's mine.
Oh, that was some animation magic, huh, folks? And I couldn't have done it without friends like you. Thanks, everybody. See y'all real soon.
Yeah, there's my name, there's Daddy's name. And it's dessert time, and we all got the very cherry chocolate sundae with this cute Disney Cruise Line chocolate piece. Looks delicious. This sea is amazingly angry. We are rocking and rolling, and it is hard to walk. Look at that. That's crazy. Now today's towel animal, or blanket creation I should say, looks to be a crab. And then we also got this letter that says that we hope that this limited edition commemorative lithograph, created especially for you, will add to many magical memories from your Disney Cruise Line vacation. Let's check this out. This is really nice. It says inaugural season, Disney Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point. Love it. Okay, it says that there's an edition size of 1400. So there's not been that many of those. This is really special. We are in the Walt Disney Theater for Moonshot. This is a group that I tried to see in the adult district earlier this week, but I met up with a cruise friend instead, and they're supposed to be really, really good. They were on, I think, our cruise a year ago, and I missed them. So they got really good reviews, so I'm really excited to see it. I won't be able to record, but we are excited to see it. All right, what do we think about Moonshot?
Well, I thought it was fabulous. Yeah, it was very good. We'll be listening to them on YouTube.
Yeah, we'll have to look them up. They mentioned that they're on YouTube under Moonshot Scenes, so we'll be following them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they're good.
Okay, and for the rest of the night, I do have to go to the gift shop to look for something, of course. And tomorrow we'll be at Castaway Cay. And with that, we're going to call it a night. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye!